Hey everybody, I am still recovering from surgery, so I'm just going to be narrating this video today. We're going to be making a split video, or a split card, and it's going to start off with this Cuttlebud folder. It's a whole bunch of bugs and butterflies and some really creepy crawlies. You could turn this into a really beautiful card, but I'm going to use the distressed ink to turn it kind of, you know, kind of more Halloween style, I would guess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and clear everything off the table, and I have three different distress inks. I actually started off with these two, which are Vintage Photo and Mowed Lawn. I started off with these two. However, a little bit later you'll see me add a little bit of Faded Jeans. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that from the Cuttlebug over onto my craft sheet. And I use a makeup sponge, like for applying makeup. I don't have that nice blender tool yet, so I did a little bit of research and found out that these makeup pads work just fine. So they actually worked really well for this project. It kind of came apart a little bit, but I think it'll be alright. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start applying that Vintage Photo onto the sponge, and I'm going to start sponging it onto the side of the card. And I'm going to work my way from outside to inside. So I start off of the card itself and actually start working my way onto it. And I worked my way all the way around the card. You'll see there's a little bit of color left to fill in, so I go in, grab some more color, and fill that into the center. And it looks pretty cool just like that. You could really just go with that if you wanted to. But I wanted to add a little bit of green color to it. I'm still filling in the center part. It's not quite as dark as the rest of it. That looks pretty good. Got it on my fingers. So now I'm going to go ahead and move over to the Mowed Lawn. This is the Distressed Inks Mowed Lawn. I'm going to grab a new pad so that way I don't use the one that I've dipped in the Vintage Photo. And I start in with this Mowed Lawn, and I'm going to start again from the outside, working my way in. And I kind of pull up the corner a little bit. So I start making my way around with this green color. Works out really well, gives it a really nice split tone. So we have that beautiful kind of brown and then the green layering on top of that. Blending these is so easy. It is so easy and it really creates a beautiful effect. And you'll notice that I pick up some of it directly from my craft sheet. I don't even sometimes go to my ink pad, I just pick it up from the craft sheet. And my craft sheet is freezer paper. I still have not bought one of those fancy ones, so I just use a craft sheet. So I'm continuing to color in, and I color over the center, and it's looking pretty good. I'm liking what I see. Almost has like a rainforest, lost Mayan temple kind of feel to it. It's really cool. And so then I decided to go ahead and use some of these Faded Jeans color. I'm not going to use too much of it, and I'm mostly going to use it on the outside. What that is going to do is darken the outside up a little bit and gives it a really nice edge. So it doesn't even look blue whenever you're putting it onto the page, but because it's mixing with the other colors, it creates a really, really nice darkness to it. And I started to move in with that blue color, and I realized, that's just not what I wanted to do. So now I'm kind of stuck with this blue spot down in the bottom right corner. So what I do is I go back to the green. I'm going to finish up with the blue, close that up, go back to the green, and I apply a little bit of green directly on top of it, and look, I saved it. It turns it into kind of a light green area, but I think it looks just fine, and nobody can tell that I messed up right there, except y'all. And I'm just going back with a little more green. Try to darken a few areas up a little bit more, give it more interest. And that's good. So now I'm trying to decide what kind of paper I want to put it paired up with. I kind of playing around with different colors and different patterns, and I'm really, oh, there goes my burner. I really like this bat paper, the orange bat paper, but I'm checking my other Halloween papers to see if maybe there might be something that would work a little bit better with it. And I didn't really find anything that I liked to pair it. That one's okay, but I went ahead and went with the orange and black bat paper. So then I need to cut this in half, so I'm going to cut it straight down the center. It's going to give me some really nice, it's actually going to give me 2 different cards, which is awesome. So this is a great card if you want to make multiples quickly. This card gets cut in half, or at least the embossing does. That's the word I was looking for. Embossing. The embossing paper gets cut in half and gives a really nice look. And I'm going to measure it once again and kind of compare it and make sure that's what I want to do. So once I've decided, yep, that's what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and get the card base ready. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Martha Stewart tool in a second. There it is. And I'm going to score at 5.5. I almost did it at 5. Need to do it at 5.5 because this is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 card. Top folding card. So now I've gotten pretty much everything ready to go, so it's time to put the card together. So I'm going to lay the embossing paper on top of the bat paper. Looks pretty good. And I grab a stamp that I want to add to it because it needed something. I don't know what it needed, but it needed something. So I'm kind of playing around with the stamp, and I realized that it would work perfectly if I put it on top of a black piece of paper. So what I end up doing is I take and go ahead and glue this down. So I'm gluing the embossed paper down onto the card. I'm using that tape runner, glue runner. It's the Scotch brand tape runner. I really like it. I want to try the Mambo Extreme, whatever it is. Tombow, that's what it is. Tombow Extreme Adhesive. I want to give that a try, but for now, I just use this. Mambo, where did I get Mambo from? Anyways, so now I'm placing this onto the card, and I'm going to do it a little off, because the butterfly is not too scary, and I kind of want more of those bugs, beetles and bugs rather than the butterfly. So I apply it starting from the bottom and moving my way to the top. Just like that. And I go ahead and ink up the stamp that I want to use. Now you'll notice the black circle up in the top right hand corner. I actually cut that using the Cricut because I don't have a good way to cut circles. So I went to my Cricut, and now I'm stamping this stamp with Versamark ink, clear sticky ink that I can use my embossing powder on, which I just did right there. Use the embossing powder and it came out looking great. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that to the card. And I thought about just gluing it straight to the card, but I decided to go with something else instead. It needed something. I wasn't exactly sure what. So I went over to my box of tricks that I got from Close to My Heart. This is the Close to My Heart 3D tape. Really great tape, and I really like it. So don't forget, I am a Close to My Heart representative, so if you'd like to purchase through me, just click the link below in the description and you can purchase your Close to My Heart products through me. And those are Close to My Heart scissors as well, and they work really, really well as well. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that down onto the card, making sure it's right over that orange portion. Just like that, looking good. A few more things. This is Close to My Heart glitter tape, and I kind of played around with that and felt like that came out looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the card. Really like how that looks. And that's how I kind of covered up the split in between the two different patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and apply everything to my card base now. Again, using that Scotch Extra Strength adhesive. And I have to be careful not to go over the area that has the popped up area. I don't want to accidentally smash that down. I should have put it on later, but wasn't thinking. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around very gently around all the sides and apply the glue to all the sides. So that's the card. Don't forget to check out down below for the Close to My Heart link. Please feel free to take a browse. Like I said, that glitter tape and the 3D foam tape and the scissors that I used were all Close to My Heart products. So make sure to check that out. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.